My name's Jenny, and I'm a lay worship leader at All Saints Church in Kirby Hill, which is a small village church. We have a population of about 2,000, and about 30 people will come to our services on Sundays that we have communion services. I originally did one of the pilot schemes for a lay worship leader because I'd listened to a sermon which had talked about it, and I just thought, that's me, I want to do that. But I was really scared, and I also had no confidence. I had no confidence at all. And from that, I went on this course. And it being the pilot's course was only 6 weeks. But everything that I did just made sense. And it gave me tremendous confidence of what I was actually doing. And I was already doing lots of things within the church where we were leading all-age worship and things like that as a group of us. But it gave me that knowledge and that confidence to actually stop feeling terribly embarrassed when I stood in front of a congregation and must have everything written down. It was fantastic. Well, what I've done since, and some things because of COVID have stopped and some things have changed. So what I've done since is I used to take in another very, very, very tiny village church, a all-age worship. My brief had been from the PCC, a half-hour service which included children so they could take something home. And I thought, yes, they just as well as the children, the adults that come need something. So I used to plan all that on my own and do that. I've done that for about 6 years. COVID brought that to an end, and I haven't gone back. But what I'm doing now one of the things I'm doing now is morning prayer. And we have it at 10:30. It was started during COVID, not by me, but by the vicar at the time, for 6 invited people who had, all the difficulties that COVID brought us. And when she left, I felt this needed to keep going. I kept that going, and then we could go inside the building because restrictions were lifted. And then I thought this needs expanding a bit more. So we now actually have it as morning prayer as followed in the Book of Common Prayer. And we've increased in number. We've now got up to about 13, mainly elderly. It's on a Tuesday morning at 10:30, and we finish afterwards with coffee. And we chatter afterwards for half an hour sometimes. And it's our meeting together. And then I expanded on that a little bit more. And it's the Book of Common Prayer, as I said. So there's an Old Testament reading. And most of us don't understand the Old Testament reading. And when you just get a reading out of the blue, it means nothing. So someone who comes and helps me, and who way back in the past has been a reader, he explains what that bit of reading is about and where we've got to, and so it's like a Bible study as well. So that's increased on that. So the service lasts a little bit longer, but everybody says it's meeting their needs, and they keep coming. So we must be doing something. So I do things with children. And during the communion services, I have any children that come. Sometimes they can be out of the blue children, sometimes that can be 7, some there might only be 1. But I do, the old-fashioned way, we would have said Sunday school, but I do it my way, which is always take the reading of the day and look to see how we can put that across to 4, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, that sort of age group. And they do some colouring which relates to that. And word searches is another thing, and things like that. So I do all that, and we do message church, and there's a team of us that are involved in that, and there's all-age worship, which I'm involved in. And I'm doing the Christingle with the school next week, and there's lots of other things coming up. So I feel pretty busy, but you don't have to. That's just me. I wouldn't like to say that everybody works and does all that much. As I said at the beginning, I was really scared to go on this course. I wanted to go, but I was scared. And what the course did for me, it gave me that confidence. It gave me that way of being able to say confidently to other people, oh, we haven't got a creed in this, we haven't got that, or we need to do something. And that confidence made a huge bit of difference, huge difference. I found that a lot of things I was doing were right, but I wasn't sure, so I was always hesitant. And now I suddenly found, oh yes, you were right, get on and do it. And that was the best bit of it, is it gave me that confidence just to say, oh yes, I can do it.